you doing? This is 76. I thought I'd make this little video to take you through one of my latest tracks. I'm currently making a reflip, the Classics project. I've not figured out a decent title for it yet, but essentially I'm reflipping my favourite hip-hop classic tracks and then getting some MCs to rhyme over the top of them. I think I've got 8 or 9 tracks that are going to be on the album. This is my version of Cream by Wu-Tang Clan, who UK super MC K.I.N.E.T.I.K is going to bless me with his vocals over the top. So I'm just going to take you through how I've put this together. So if I just highlight this little 4-bar loop right here, and then I'm going to solo the drums. So this is what the drums sound like, quite simple. There we go. So this is from my Hellfire Beats drum collection. You've got the AKAI 500 drum kick, and you've got the snare, and then just your hi-hats. And as you can see here, I can make the volume fader just to bring it up, bring it down. And I've got very simple plugs in it, just a channel EQ, which I'll just make it, give it a little more thump there, and take a little bit out there for the bass, and get rid of some of the high ends. Not that there is any, but you never know what creeps in. And then I've got my filter, so the filter's on 24, 76%, of course, just because that's my name, and then the rest of the knobs I'll leave as they are. So quite simple. The reason it's quite simple is because if I just bring up my mixing desk over here, this is my drum bus that I send them all to, in which I use the SSL EQ. At the moment, because I just upgraded to Logic 10.5, for whatever reason you can't see the waves plug in. So that's quite frustrating, but I'm sure there'll be an update soon. I've got my SSL EQ, my CLA 76 compressor, again can't see it, tape delay. So this is a specific setting here that gives some real saturation. So if I get rid of this, you can hear a real difference there. There's a lot more vibrance and a bit more fuller sound when the tape delay is on. You might notice the difference a little bit more when you got your headphones on, if you are wearing headphones. And then my limiter, just output level there, gain there, just so that if there's a particularly high snare or hi-hat, it's not going to break your eardrums, and just keep everything of one level. So SSL EQ, compressor, my saturation, my limiter, which is why I keep these relatively simple. They're my drums, and then this one all sounds like, actually let's put a shaker in, just add a little bit more texture to it, and then I add my lazy tambourine. So I pan my tambourine to the left, pan my shaker to the right, just to give it a little bit more space, and then to give a bit of character I have my static. So again, super simple, super simple. Okay, right, let's mute these drums, let's mute these. Then we're going to focus on the sample. So the sample sounds like this. You may recognise this one. What? Oh. What? Oh. So just to pay tribute to the original track, I've included that. So I'll drop the snare on the snare, and then the bells, the chimes, whatever you want to call them, just there. But the main piece of the sample that I have snipped out and used is this bit, because I've flipped them how I would flip them, what I would choose from the sample, rather than just completely remaking it as is. So I chose this. So this is the loop. That little bit at the end, which you'll hear, just to change it up. Then we need to bring it up a bit because you can't really hear it too much. And give that its own space, give it its own little EQ. So we can take that out. So if you're on a listening journey as the listener, then changing it up every couple, such as this, just makes it a little bit more interesting subconsciously to listen to. So let's add the drums to that. We'll bring the shaker in. So it grooves quite nicely. Then I've also got a little bit of horn. Just bring it up a little, just to add a bit more texture to it. And then the bass line, simple. There we go. So if I let this play through, you can see I had some drops. There we go. Let's take that out. Another little drop here. So when K.I.N.E.T.I.K sends me his vocals, some of his lyrics and some of his punchlines will be highlighted in these little drops just here. There we go. Another little one. See, it's my output bus. So I have the linear EQ, my multimeter, and my the multi-preset and the multimeter. So ideally, I want this to be as flat as I can, so that I'm not losing any of the sparkle from the high end or any of the tone from the mid. Similar to this, so sometimes the low end is a bit too loud, the body of it is a bit too quiet, and the high end can either be piercing or not there at all. So if we see down here, so from 250 to 2K just feels a little low, so we can change this from 250 to 2K. Oh. So that was the end of the beat. Let's go back in. Here we go, drop it. So from 250, we want to bring it up a few decibels, and we can see that this is evening out a little. Just bring that high end down a little. There we go. And that way, it's just a little more balanced, a little more tony. Tony, is that a word? It is now, you get what I'm saying. So there's not a lot to this track at the moment, but when K.I.N.E.T.I.K sends me his vocals, I can put them on. I'll start building the track around, I'll add some details, maybe some little vocal samples, maybe some scratches, etc. But this is essentially a track for him to vibe over, to write to, and to get a feeling of what the track is about. There you go. Hope you enjoyed this little video. I don't know if it's a tutorial or whatever it is, a little insight into how I've constructed one of my tracks. Maybe I'll do one for some of the other tracks on this ReFlip the Classics. I've got a few. Got Running. I've got The World Is Yours. Got Time's Up by OC. Buck 'Em Down remix. I've remade that. Electric Relaxation, that's on there. Yeah, all my favourite hip hop beats. Thanks for listening. I appreciate your time. Enjoy.